Welcome to the Socialette podcast, where we empower you with the marketing know-how you need to create the business of your dreams. I'm your host, Steph Taylor, and I'm a marketing nerd, Shiraz lover, and passport stamp collector. Join me as I dive into all things small business marketing and deliver them to you in bite-sized, fluff-free lessons every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Let's get learning. Hey, welcome back to Socialette. This is episode 129. This episode is brought to you by my free ebook, 79 Ways to Uplevel Your Business. Inside it, you'll find 79 actionable tips that you can implement in your business to start moving the needle and start seeing some real growth. Head to stephtaylor.co/79. That's stephtaylor.co/79 to download it. All right, so this episode is all about validating your ideas in business. And it's something I've wanted to talk about for a little while now, because validating your ideas is so important, whether this is an idea for a new product, a new podcast, or even an entirely new business altogether. It's pretty common to see business owners launching something new without checking whether anyone actually wants what they're launching. And if you're launching a product, there's also a bit of a difference between someone wanting what you're launching and them actually being willing to pay for it. It can be easy to assume that because you like your idea, that everyone else will too. And this isn't always the case. This is where validating your ideas before you launch comes into play. So what does it mean to validate an idea? Validating your idea means sitting down with someone who is like your ideal customer or client and interviewing them just to find out whether your idea actually has legs. That is, whether it solves a problem for them, whether it's something they actually need or want, and whether it's something they would pay for. Validating your idea does not mean asking your 5 closest friends what they think of it, because they are most likely not your ideal customer or client. So while their opinions might be nice, you shouldn't let these opinions be the deciding factor. Why do you need to validate your ideas? In short, validating your ideas ahead of time can save you a lot of money and a lot of heartache. You might discover that nobody is willing to pay for the product you're launching, in which case you've saved yourself a ton of money in actually creating and marketing a dud product. Or you might discover that your ideal customer or client has a completely different problem to what you originally thought, in which case you might want to change tack slightly. Validating your idea is pretty crucial. You could throw a ridiculous amount of money at a product and marketing it, but if nobody wants to buy it, well, that's a waste of money. So I made the mistake with my first business. I launched a product that I thought there was a market for simply because it was something I wanted. I had customers, but it just never quite got traction. It never really took off. And I think a big part of this is because I never sat down and spoke with my customers. I didn't know what problem my product was solving for them. I didn't know why they would buy it. And that made it really hard to write convincing sales copy. So some ways that you can get started with validating your ideas. The most powerful way to do this is to get someone who's like your ideal customer or client on a phone call or sit down with them for a coffee and just chat. Ask them questions and keep asking more questions until you get to the heart of their answers. I know that it sounds scary, the thought of actually talking to your customers and clients, but trust me, the answers you get will be 1,000,000 times more valuable than if you were to just send out a survey instead. Simply asking people on social media or in a Facebook group whether they like the idea, it's not really enough to validate it unless you're launching something that's free, like a free podcast or a free ebook. Validating your ideas is something that I'm going to dive way more into in my new course that I'll be launching mid this year. It's a course focused around launching because I love launching and nobody else really seems to love it as much as I do. So it's basically going to be a whole roadmap that you can apply to your business to launch everything, whether it's a new product, a new business, your new podcast. Anyway, I'm really deep in the creation stage of that at the moment, so stay tuned for more info on that in the coming months. That's it for this episode. Make sure you head to stephtaylor.co/79 to download the free ebook. If you're enjoying this podcast, I'd love it if you could leave a quick rating and a review in iTunes or Apple Podcasts, and make sure that you hit subscribe so you don't miss any new episodes released every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thanks for listening. Catch you next time.